Okay. I'm still a little sick, guys, so probably gonna sound like crap. Probably gonna hear me breathe harder than I normally do, fatter than I normally do. So today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take a political compass test. Nope. Political compass. Let's go there. The political compass.org. That's what we want. Now, I will say off the bat, I think there are some issues with this test. I think it does have some problems. It, I'll mention them as we go through, but some of the things that I'm going to say it has a problem with are just the wording. To give a little background on why I say that, A, I read a lot of studies and questions, but B, I used to work in a survey research lab for years. I was actually the lab manager, so I have a little bit of background when it comes to this. Now, I wasn't like a sociologist or the person designing the test, but I had to work with them to be able to come up with a test that would get responses. And that doesn't mean that we like bias the questions. It's just constructing them in a way that gets the information you need, but people understand. And one of the first things I'll say I have a problem with this is there's no middle ground or not applicable. Maybe you don't know or you don't care. You have no strong feelings because this is all kind of an attitudinal test. Now, of course, it says right here at the beginning, this isn't a survey, but it is a survey by default. I mean, that's what you call this is a questionnaire, okay? Uh, the logic of one, okay, I can do that. I have a philosophy degree in logic, like I can do that. And it's all about what you want. What are your personal values? What's your personal logic? What's your internal logic? That sort of thing, which is good. But the reason I say that this is worthwhile doing is it gives you a benchmark comparator for when you're talking to other people. So if you guys want to take the test, or if you've already taken the test, you can get at me and share your results. We can kind of see where we agree or disagree. So I'm going to go through some of these. I'm going to talk about my mindset, my feelings, my reactions, why I choose or don't choose what I choose. That was redundant, right? Okay, so we'll scroll up and get to clicking because I think there's like 6 pages here. I took this a while back. I don't remember. I mean, I know generally where I scored, but I don't remember exactly what my coordinates on this thing were. First question: if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interest of transnational corporations. Yeah, yeah. Corporations do not have your best interest in heart. Right now, a big thing for me is going to be Oak Flat in Arizona. It's a big part of Apache culture. You can go over there and look at like Apache Leap and look up the sunrise dance. It's very important to us, and I hope that one day, if I have a daughter, she's going to go there. She's going to do it. It's part of our culture, and the idea that I don't want to say anything too edgy, but the idea that we do stuff like this in America, but then people will promote Zionism is completely. I don't understand the thought logic there. I don't understand how you can do the mental gymnastics needed to have those two opposing views on each other. But that's not my stance. Is clearly just that we need this. I mean, look at Chiquita Banana, right? Like look at Coca Cola, look at South America, look at the Belgian Congo, right? Leopold's Congo. Just yeah, strongly fucking agree. I well, I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. Yeah, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. You can get into my morality, but no one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. The reason I'm not going to strongly agree are there things that come out of like nationalism, not like political nationalism, but things that people do like coming together around that for like strengthening each other when you see like something strong, hashtag whatever strong, and people are supporting. There can be minor positives. I don't know if that's the same thing as just being proud of where you're born. So maybe I do strongly agree. Um, I mean, for me, it's a little bit different because I'm more proud of geographically where I'm born more than like nationally. I don't know. I'm leaving it as agree. Our race has many superior qualities. Disagree, like strongly. I'm mixed race. Like I know I just said I'm Native American, but I have other things. That's what I identify as. That's what I was brought up with. So I don't. Yeah, we have good food, but I don't know if that's a quality that's racially. It's culture. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Now you can have enemies of enemies that are. So I'm going to disagree sometimes, but generally that just makes them the enemy of your enemy. Stupid. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. True. Yeah, I agree with that because sometimes laws are wrong. Laws are not always about what's moral and just, right? They're about what's legal. I don't think that might makes right or anything like that, but sometimes, yeah, laws are wrong. There's now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Yes, strongly agree. So the downside to the internet is everyone has access to information, but not all that information is what you would call supported. Okay, this is about the economy. We're talking attitudes here. No, okay. People ultimately divided more by class and national solidarity, bro. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling employment. Yeah, I agree with that. Underemployment is way more important, but that's kind of tied to inflation. Maybe I mean unemployment. Yeah, I'm going to strongly agree because I don't think having a job is, of course, everything in the world. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require, yeah, duh. Well, I just talked about it in the mining pits. Oh, who knows where this is from? I know where this is from. You should, right, get the theory. It's fundamentally a good idea. Yeah, I think fundamentally it is a good idea. I'm not so sold on practice always, but I'll agree with it. The freer the market, the freer the people. This is a little confusing because free markets aren't tied just to capitalism. So fundamentally, if we're just looking at the market, I agree. I mean, yeah, I agree. I'm probably going to take heat for that, but that I don't view the two as mutually exclusive in my mind. It's a sad reflection of our society, something basic. Oh yeah, land shouldn't be. I'm sorry. I mean I made my stance clear on that. I think uh, it is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money. Yeah, duh. The slightest bit of agreement here on this protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. There are very few instances, but um, yeah, human nature. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver profits. Should be? No, no, no. Now, here's the thing. It says, like, if we're talking about an idealized world here, then yeah, because the shareholders should be the workers. The owners should be the workers who are the shareholders. So, I'm going to say no because of how I think this is set up, and this is part of one of my gripes with the test. Is see, you answer that, but it's gonna take it now to like where we are instead of like idealized. I'm gonna disagree. I'm not gonna strongly disagree because I put my caveat on it. That's how I got to roll. The rich are too. I'm not saying tax them to death, but the fact that you can cover homelessness and still be a billionaire probably means we're okay to tax some people with a billionaire's tax. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. Hell no. I mean, I do agree that we have a shortage of probably qualified, like highly qualified medical professionals in every aspect, certain types, specialized diseases, oncology and stuff, but we should be building that up, not limiting access. Oh, hell yes. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. I don't know if you guys were alive during anytime ever, but they do that. A genuine free market restricts the ability of no, absolutely not. It promotes monopolies. Look at some of your personal social. Okay, these are my personal values. Abortion should always be illegal. Strongly fucking disagree. All authority should be questioned. Question. Yeah, I mean, I do agree to an extent. I mean, because I can't question it in a reasonable way, right? Like, I'll take an example from Twitter today. Like, raw milk, right, is better for you than regular milk, and people that are lactose intolerant can drink it. And I said, well, that doesn't make sense because lactose intolerance has to do with enzymes, and the majority of the world's population cannot, break down lactose. And they said enzymes and proteins. And I'm like, but lactose is a sugar. Okay. And I asked for a citation. I might get a citation that I can't understand. Why would I question that authority? I'm not reasonably capable of doing it. So it's an agree for that because there's limits to your own understanding and ability to comprehend sometimes. Now I could expand those. And maybe I should say strongly agree because, I should go out and get a PhD in it, but I'm not going to. So I think you can't do it in every field. So I think you have to just go with agree. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Boy, I believe in rehabilitation. Oh, when you paid your debt, you paid your debt. But I also think that sometimes there are crimes that are so heinous and out of whack for whatever reasons. I mean, we can get into reasons behind them, but I think that sometimes when they happen, they do require justice in a way. I'm gonna disagree slightly because I don't think that's always the case. And I feel like if I agree with it, I have to say yes in a majority of instances, and I think I would say no in most instances. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. False. Fucking disagree with that. I don't know why I'm saying true or false. These are not true and false statements. They're judgment statements. So when I say true or false, I of course mean agree or disagree. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Okay, let's see how I look at this. I think schools should be paid for. I think they should be all public. And I think if you're doing that, you should have to get an education. Yeah, I'm going to agree. I don't know how far I want to take that at right there, the compulsory. I mean, I don't know if I want to drag people through it because some of the times the reasons that people don't attend school have to do with outside conditions that makes the compulsory even harder. They don't have the ability to get up. They don't have someone at home doing it for them. They don't have all these advantages or access items they need. So strongly would be way, I think, overstating my stance on it. Moving along. All people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. This is another one where I'm a little confused. I know what it means, guys. I'm not obviously. Yeah, I know what it means. Don't like ethno states at all. Fuck ethno states. Not for segregation. Should keep to their own kind. Yeah, I mean, I would love it if like serial killers and rapists kept to their own kind, but obviously that I don't think that's what this is getting at. The very phraseology, I don't know. Shit. I'm gonna say because I'm making these extreme outside claims, I can't go into strongly, and I think I've said why. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. I'm gonna slightly agree. I grew up in a household where spanking was, the modus operandi, and I don't think you should spank your children. I know the research is out there. There are times when a child does something that they need to understand that if they were an adult or if they took the same logic, the same critical thinking skills outside, they would be punished in the prison system. And I know that's not the same as corporal punishment, but it takes something stronger than timeout. So it takes something stronger than grounding or loss of your Xbox. So I'm going to say that yes, every once in a while, you do need to spank a child. It's natural for. Okay, so if I strongly agree, I'm strongly agreeing with the natural part, not how much of a secret or how many secrets, but I think it is extremely natural. Possessing marijuana, marijuana For personal use should not be a criminal. Yeah. Yeah. I don't smoke. Yeah. I smoke cigarettes because they gets me with the stress and the marketing. But marijuana, I don't. I don't think is a bad thing. I think the tax revenue would be great for all of us in the current system. So ideally, I'd let people choose their own adventure there. But all right, the prime function of schooling should it be equip future generate to find jobs? Oh, I just meme faced. I if I was doing face videos, that would have been. Oh, I'd be on the internets. Critical thinking skills, socialization, and immersion in different cultures. Yeah. Oh no. No, you don't just make cogs. School is not an assembly line for cogs. People with serious inherited disabilities. What? Oh Jesus. Um, this I'm not going to go into what this started with, but it starts with the T and ends with the 4. This is. Huh. Well, let them do what they want to do. Inheritable diseases. That's not even like we're not even talking about people with them like expressing them. We're talking about like getting into their like genome and doing genomics and saying, "Oh no, son, you can pass this along. Can't have that. Snip, snip. No, no, hell no." The most important thing for children to learn is to accept. I don't know. Is it the most important thing? It's an important thing. You have to self discipline is a type of discipline, and you need that no matter what system you're in. I think there are no savaged and civilized people. There are only different cultures. I find this one slightly a tautology because if we use this word civilized, it's already assuming that there is. I know we're saying there's not, but then I would say, well, there's not because we view them that way because of the culture. So I guess I am agreeing. Then never mind. I'm stupid. Um, yeah, I strongly agree with that. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society support. Oof. Um, I'm going to say I agree with that. Well, maybe I disagree because I'm on the borderline here. Because here's the deal: they should get it. I don't know that they should expect it. Okay, that's where this. That's the thing. They should get it, but they should not expect it. The reason they shouldn't expect it is because I do believe, from the fruit of your labors, if you have a need, you should get it. But if you have the ability, you should earn it. I'm for solidarity and all that. So I do think we should give them to that, but I don't think that you should give people the expectation that they can have everything without putting in the effort. That's it. Like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. I'd have to look deeper at myself for that. Break that question down. I'm being very centrist right now on my looking at these, aren't I? Shit. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy. Oh, what kind of work will set you free bullshit is this? Nah, kid. All right. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated with their new country. I think that's false. Again, that means I disagree strongly. What's good for the most successful corporation? Oh, pretty soon we'll just have the Matrix in Jesus Christ. No broadcasting. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Oh, false. Page 4 here. And how you see the wider society. Okay. Our civil liberties are being expressly limited. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to strongly agree there. Ooh, I almost pulled a bush. A significant advantage of a one. What? Okay. So that is an advantage. Uh, but it's not democratic. I mean, well, I guess it is. If you get a vote, it's democratic. I'm going to strongly disagree. Although yeah, the electric age, that's what we're in. Edison and Tesla, boys. No, the electronic age makes official surveillance easier. Only wrongdoing. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. I'm going to get shit for this. I'm going to get shit for this. I think it should be only for the more serious crimes. I think there are times you can do things that are so horrible, there's no redeeming value, and I think life in prison is worth. I know what right does the state to have to take anyone's life, but what right does the state to have to do anything? Ideally, we'd have no states, but even then, I think that people would still hang people, and I think that option probably does need to exist. If I'm wrong on this, because I know it's going to be contingent, if I'm wrong on this in your point of view, please let me know why. I'd love to have a discussion and be angry with you about it. In a civilized society, it's a more civilized age here. One must always have people above to obey. My silence is deafening, is it not? Abstract art that does not represent anything should not be considered art at all. As a man who has made festival films and paints and occasionally draws, almost, I say 75 to 90% of my paintings are abstract. They're art. I'm an artist, goddammit. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than fucking falls. It's a waste of time to try and rehabilitate some criminals. If rehabilitation includes like therapy and all of that, I don't agree. Or, I mean, disagree. Sorry. I think there are probably some people that are just fundamentally not going to be able to be repaired or rehabbed. I say repaired. I shouldn't say repaired. Treated. I don't think they're physiologically or psychologically beyond our current abilities. In a perfect world, they would be. So I'm going to disagree for that. The business person and the manufacturer are more important. Oh God, no. Mothers may have career. Oh well, they may. Well, Jesus, but their first duty is to be a homemaker. If they're a mother, they already have children. But I don't know if that's their first duty because they could be providing. Dad could be at home. So I strongly disagree. This is again maybe a poorly phrased question. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources. I think I made my stance on this clear earlier. And then there's this word, which when you combine it with these two, and then this one is always yes. Making peace with the establishment is an important part of maturity. I'm immature, so I'm not sure that I should be making this judgment. I will say the establishment, I guess, is we're talking about society, so social aspect. It's the government. So I'm going to slightly disagree. You should always be at odds on your government over something, but you should try to find common ground where you can. And I think the same is true of like institutional establishments like science. You should accept what they give you and question what they can't answer, and look at data tables and all that kind of crap. Okay. If you got through that okay, you'll find these prepositions on religion a breeze. Astrology accurately predicts many things. It predicts what astrology tells you is your star sign. That's what it predicts. Oh, it explains. He explains why you're there. Because this constellation is there. Okay, that's what you get. It predicts nothing else. You cannot be moral. You can't. You just can't. Charity is better. I read this part and there was no need of this part. Some people are naturally unlucky. Um, I don't believe in luck, but I do think some people are unfairly, for their own actions, born into situations which disadvantage them significantly. I don't know if that means they're unlucky. Like, I have shitty things happen to me. Like, I pick up, I mean, like, if luck means like some people run over nails more than people in the street and get flat tires and have to pay for it, if it means that some people get their fries left out of their bag more than other people, then if like luck is a statistical anomaly, like you're always the 1 in 100, you find yourself that 1 in 100 more often than maybe you feel like you should. I might agree, but I'm going to disagree just because I don't believe in the word luck. But I have been that guy. I've picked up like 3 nails in a week in 3 different places. Yeah. It is important that my child's. So, oh God, no, please don't. No religious values in school. That's a home responsibility. I'm not against religion, but that is the job of, yeah, that's a communal job outside of the church. Finally, a look at sex. Oh boy, finally. Sex outside of marriage is usually unmoral. I strongly disagree because I mean, like I know there's rape and things like that that happens, and I'm going to say that's immoral, but I don't think that's usually. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility. Yeah, why would they? Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for them. Hey, they want to get paid, and somebody wants to pay them. And we're not talking about the financial exchange here. We're just talking about the fact of whether or not they should be allowed to do it, should be able to purchase it. Yes. What goes on in the private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. Yes, up until the point where maybe you're harming somebody. I don't mean to. I guess if everyone's consenting, then yeah, no, it's fine. No one can feel naturally homosexual. I don't, but I'm pretty sure that there are, a significant number of people that do, like all of the people that do. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. I say it's gone not far enough. One of the funniest things I'm gonna talk about this question for a little bit because one of the funniest things here is I used to do a show, an interview show, and one of the times I had on 2 ladies that talked about birth control, and I realized that as an adult male in America in the 21st century, I knew next to fucking nothing about birth control and the options and what it does and what people go through when using it. And part of that is because I grew up in an era, let's say the 90s, where the boys went in one room, the girls went in another room. You got different talk, and then they came together, and they had like the hip counselor lady come in and try to be like, "Oh, who asked some questions about sex?" And questions are all stupid questions because we're all stupid kids, and they didn't actually just talk to us about sex. So I'm going to disagree. I'm not going to strongly disagree because I don't think you should be showing porn in fucking room, but whatever. One of the things I will say following up that story is I remember in like the early to mid 90s, I got in trouble for calling one of my fellow classmates, a friend of mine, who's still a friend. I called the dude gay, and the teachers pulled aside, like, "Well, do you know what that word means?" And we're like, because it was a group of us. And you won't believe it, but like in one of the reddest parts of Texas, which is where I was at, they legit like set us aside. There's nothing wrong with being gay, and if we catch you doing it again, we're gonna kick your ass. I now hearing about it, like the way people think that it would be, it was surprising because you don't think that that's what's happening in like the plains areas, middle America, but it was. And this is like 92, 93, might have been 95, but somewhere in there. And they were very like explanatory about that part. So I now that I'm older, I view that as a positive because too many people in my generation, we grew up, we were high users of the term gay as negative and the F word and calling people queers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of happy now that I had that intervention in my life because I didn't use it afterwards. But man, so many people I know still use it. I have to be like, yo, I have to have the same talk that I had when I was like 7 or 10. All right. Anyways, this talks about the political compass. Sorry, it was a little tangent. You get a tangent with every story I give. Left or right, blah, blah, blah. Recognize economic. Yeah, that's fair. So it's just giving you two axes because when you just go left or right, you only get where you are on one scale. This gives you a third one, so you can plot coordinates. It gives you this much more area. It's just more dynamic because you go from being somewhere along one line or one line into having somewhere along both lines, which gives you a coordinates. That's how coordinate systems work, right? I think, I don't know, ask Descartes. And then they're saying this is their scale. Well, of course, it's not perfect. I mean, they're taking into economics, left, right, social. Oh, it says right there. Yeah. So let's go. They're saying this is where some people are. Here's Hitler. That's not, don't be there. That's Stalin. I'm also not a tanky, so no for that. Here's Thatcher. Also not for that. Gandhi and Friedman. I'd rather be Gandhi if I had my choice in any of these. I mean, let's just using understanding. You can read all of this for yourself. I'm not reading this whole damn thing. Where am I? Oh God. So I'm a libertarian left. Oh no. Yeah, I knew that. I'm not an anarchist, but well, we'll leave that alone. That's not for here. This is where I ended up, guys. 6 and 7.18 negative on both coordinates. Oh, that's surprising. I feel like maybe the last time I took it, I was somewhere in here. I was more middle. I'm definitely a little bit more left, maybe not, but definitely more libertarian than I was. Oh, I can get a certificate. How much do I have to pay for a certificate? Go straight to the certificate page. Oh, charge £5. Oh, no. Okay. No cost. Okay. Let's all go to the lobby, boys and girls. Am I going to dox myself? Let's find out. No, because I remembered not to use my regular browser. Let's put a space in there. Let's be proper. I want this to be proper when I save it. Okay. So this is interesting, right? Let's see. I'm down here. Mr. D-Rex. We'll put maybe this. I can make this the thumbnail. Maybe not. I don't know if this is copyrighted. Oh, shit. So there's Uncle Mal. Not good. There's Fidele. There's a funny thing with Fidel and Che, which is my brother looks like Che and I look like Fidel a little bit. Like, given the age ranges they were at like the time of the revolution, it's always weird. My granddad really looked like Fidel. It's crazy. Josie is up there. Is that Robert Mugabe? I assume it is. DT's right here. That's Pinochet. I know that. Mussolini, of course. Okay. Churchy. Okay. Miss Rand is over here. Okay. Why is he over here? I thought they had Friedman like way over here. I don't know. This is okay. So I'm down here, which makes me feel good because I'm not quite Thomas Paine levels, and I'm a little farther left than Nelson Mandela. Okay, well, there you go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Remember, get at me on Twitter. Hopefully, I didn't fuck up too bad and expose myself as some sort of weird political spectrum dude that I'm gonna get murdered now, or just random internet hate I don't want. Anyway,